which I will be telling you about the facts of the change in the logging industry. And I will be interviewing my dad and sharing my opinion on the matter. Now, the logging industry started with horses and oxen pulling logs through the forest. But for cutting trees down, they had not much to use. But then they figured out how to make the axe. Then, a short while later, they made a cross-cut saw. Then, after a period of time, a steam donkey was created to haul the logs around instead of a team of oxen or a team of horses. The arch was created so that they could lift the log up and drag it behind. Then the skidder came, which also hauled logs. And the chainsaw, very modified way of cutting down the trees. Then after a while, many changes and regulations were made because all this machinery helped them to cut down thousands more trees than they had before. Then we have now where there's lots of regulations that we have to pay to log. And we have to have all these regulations which don't even make sense. And I feel that I should talk to my dad now. So when did you start logging and what methods did you use?
Okay, well, I started logging back in 1996, and I've done it for a lot of years now. In British Columbia, I've probably done it about 8 years. The different methods that I've used over the years has been hand logging. We've used horses, skidders. We've had helicopter use. So there's been conventional and selective logging, which selective would obviously be going into a mature stand and take out the mature trees and leave the young ones to grow. Yeah, there's different methods for different areas.
How has logging changed from when you started logging
It's changed quite a bit. The first thing that comes to my mind is the wood is harder to find anymore. Not just find, but harder to obtain through government legislation, and also through it being further away from the mills and in steeper ground, harder terrain to log it. It's changed in the fact that there's larger mills and larger contractors that have the control over the industry, so that the smaller contractors can't actually make as good of a living anymore. It's hard for them to survive.
Do you feel these changes are good or bad?
I definitely feel it's not good. Another dent into the domestic market here has been international shipping of raw logs, and those raw logs are actually shipping jobs away from here, whereas in North America we could be making that money and helping people to be surviving on their own with the money they produce. It's being shipped off to other countries, and mills are shutting down because of this.
What do you feel should happen in the logging industry for it to be made better?
I think there should be a ban and/or regulated amount that heads out to other countries, not shipping raw logs, so that the jobs can stay here and we can help ourselves.
Well, my opinion is that we should have less regulations, and that regulations are good, but we should stand in the middle.